Hello everyone, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome back to another LEGO video review. This time we'll be taking a look at the LEGO Dimensions Nia Fun Pack, so without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting off with our minifig, this set of course comes with Samurai X, aka Nia, and while starting off, here is Nia's toy tag, which I think is probably my favorite for Ninjago. It's just pretty detailed there on the sides. I'm a big fan of it. I don't know. I think it specifically, just kind of like the Sensei Wu one, and I guess kind of like all the Ninjago toy tags, this version really fits this specific version of the character, rather than just the character in general, which is pretty interesting. But, yeah, if you can't tell, this is the version of Nia of Samurai X that Nia wore the suit for in Seasons 4 and possibly 5. I know that the figure came in a few sets for Season 5, but I don't know if it ever appeared in the show. But anyway, this is a pretty nice variant. As you can see, her accessories are 2 katanas. On the back, she has this little gunmetal shoulder armor. And, I think it'll be a bit easier to take a look at this figure if I remove some of the gear she has. And, well, if you don't know, Nia's helmet is, well, just the samurai helmet in general for Ninjago is 3 pieces. You have the main black piece, then you have that little golden bucket handle for kind of a headdress, and then you have the face mask, which is the red piece, which just clips on like a visor. And, well, if I just remove that mask, you can see that underneath, this is what Nia's face looks like, and I think it's pretty nice. It's definitely not the best Nia face we've ever seen from LEGO Ninjago, but it's still a fine expression. But then again, why does Nia always just have such a plain expression on her face in the minifigs? Why do we never get a really expressive Nia? Well, like, we've never gotten an angry Nia, like with the 5 other ninja from 2014, 2015, the beginning of 2016. They all had kind of a single-sided angry face, but we never see that with Nia. Nia's always slightly happy, despite the fact that Nia's probably the most angry ninja on average. But I digress. But anyway, her torso print is rather nice. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't know if I'd say what but I definitely think it's interesting, all the dark green on this version of the figure. I mean, the idea with this figure, I guess, was that it was kind of Nia's camouflage suit for Season 4 in the jungle. But that doesn't explain all the gold and red, especially all the red. But anyway, she does have her phoenix symbol on there, so that's pretty nice. Like kind of the plate armor design on the legs, as well as the little sash that carries down. She has red arms, and, well, the back of her torso, as you can see, is pretty simple, but the other face, I think it'll actually make a bit more sense if I flip it around and then put on the samurai mask. Because, while the first face was just kind of a generic Nia expression, this version of Samurai X is, well, quite unique in terms of minifigs, since, well, I'll actually zoom in here. You can see that this face print is kind of showing off the goggle design, and, like, when she has her full mask on, and that's interesting, since I don't think Nia's actually had the full mask since, like, Season 1, possibly Season 2, but I honestly don't think since Season 1, so I think it's pretty interesting that we see Nia with a full face mask here, but it's a cool print. Removing this, you can see that it's not just, like, goggles or anything, it is a full mask with, like, a respirator, and Nia even has angry eyebrows on the mask. That's great. And I mean, like, I guess if you wanted to, you could use this face print for, like, a robot. I mean, it looks like it could belong to a robot. But anyway, yeah, I think that's a cool face print. Overall, this is a pretty good Nia figure. Not my favorite, but yeah, it's still pretty good. So that's the minifigure that comes in this fun pack. And now to get on to the Samurai Mech. This is all the effort LEGO put into this build for the Samurai Mech. And if you don't see the immediate problem, then, well, I'll just tell you. In the show, the samurai mech is a very bulky mech, and yes, while it is rather tall, it's also very wide with a lot of armor. This model doesn't have that. This is a very tall mech, but it's not a very wide or bulky mech. I mean, it honestly doesn't have a lot of the stuff that the samurai mech in the show has, like just taking it off of its little stand and accidentally tearing its legs off. As you can see, this model isn't the best for stability. I'll start... I mean, I don't know where to start here. I think I'll start with the legs, because in the show, the samurai mech has rather beefy legs and then huge feet on the bottom. Like, the feet are just ginormous. So I'm glad that LEGO phased them together into one build. That looks like the feet are tall rather than wide. I mean, like, it doesn't even look like they're feet. It's weird. And I mean, I guess these are supposed to be the jet boosters down here on the feet. Even though I think it would have made a lot more sense if they were in this section. Also, why is this section in gray? I feel as though this piece would have looked a lot better in red, black, any color that's not gray. It just stands out like a sore thumb. But anyway, you have the two swords, which are fine, even though if I remember correctly, in the show, the samurai mech only used a single sword. I mean, like, in Dimensions, it uses two, and I guess this is... But here's the thing. This is what really annoys me. In LEGO Dimensions, the most inaccurate thing is that it has two swords. In the game, it looks just like a tiny version of the mech. So I don't know why LEGO couldn't have just taken the build from the game and just made that smaller. Or attempted to, or just use the build from the game. Or at least something similar. At least take the chest design, because holy heck, this is awful. First off, the arms are permanently bent, which is just awkward. And you also have these shoulder pads, which are probably the thing that makes this one resemble the samurai mech most of every detail here. But this torso, what is on here? You have this gold tile, which in-game has Nia's logo on it, which, I mean, it still should. Don't know why that's not there. I mean, come on, LEGO, seriously? I mean, you have this tube in the center, which looks bad. This piece, this R2 head, I guess is supposed to be the... Well, R5 head, but anyway, I guess it's supposed to be the head of the mech? I mean, it's not accurate and doesn't look good, but hey, at least you got a samurai crown on there, so yeah. That's LEGO, that's LEGO's best attempt at a LEGO samurai mech. Boy, oh boy, ain't it great? The answer, of course, is no. No, it's not. It's actually kind of lazy, in my opinion. I mean, it's the most Ninjago-looking mech in Dimensions, but it doesn't look like the samurai mech. It looks, I mean, like, if you take out the fact that there's the little samurai crown on top, it resembles, like, Zane's Titan mech a lot more than the samurai mech. It resembles the Ninjago movie Kai mech more. It resembles, heck, I know I'm thinking of one, oh, if you took off the legs, it resembles the Iron Doom. It's just that this mech, it could be so many different Ninjago mechs, and the samurai mech is like the one mech this model doesn't look like. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. So anyway, so that's the samurai mech. Now on to the samurai shooter. Hopefully it'll be a bit better. I honestly don't remember what the other two builds look like. Peace. Next up, we have a samurai shooter. The samurai shooter, to be more precise. And, well, I'm showing you this model from the side because I want to show you everything good about this model before I show you it from, well, we'll call it the bad angle. Because besides the front, everything about this model is great. As you can see, it's actually a tripod with 3 legs, and I'll just remove it from the stand again so you can see that it can actually stand up, so that's nice. You have these 2 swords used as pincers, and you can kind of see these 4 blasters, and I'll show you those in a minute, but on the back you have this R2 head used as, I guess, kind of an engine. On top, I like this design with the slope piece and then the round tile. And, well, here goes. Yeah, the face doesn't look good. I mean, like, I like the 4 guns. I feel as though those look pretty good. It just... that face really ruins this model for me. It's sad because, again, everything else on this model is so good. The 3 legs work great. I think from the back it looks good. From the sides, it looks really good. From the top, it has a great top profile. From the front, like the guns, the swords, it all looks good except that face. Cockpit, whatever it would be, I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I'd say that this is definitely better than the first build, and I mean, heck, I would consider this to be perfect if the front had been done a bit better. So yeah, that's the samurai shooter, and now let's go on to the soaring samurai mech. Woo! Last and not least, here we have the soaring samurai mech, which is a thing. I'm just gonna start off by giving you a good look at the front. It's symmetrical, so that's nice. Yeah, the legs are pretty similar to the original build, except now they're a bit bulkier. Except it doesn't look good. You have the same ball joint piece used to connect the legs, and if this'll focus a bit, you'll be able to see them. On the back, you kind of have a jetpack using some of those trans blue pieces, which I like. I also like the use of some of the extra ball joint female connectors, because, well, I feel as though those kind of look like they could be some sort of jet exhaust as well, that's just not shooting anything out at the moment, so that's nice. You have these katanas used as wings, so I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's not the worst thing, seeing as how this is the third build of something that didn't have wings. But, yeah, overall, this is a pretty good build. I'd honestly say that, well, it's not my favorite. In my opinion, the first is the worst. Then there's this one in the middle, and the best one is by far the second build. I mean, like, even with the problems it had with the front, that was still better than this, and miles better than the main build. So yeah, so now let's go on to the final verdict. So, would I recommend the LEGO Dimensions Ninjago Nia Fun Pack? Well, I would, but only after you've gotten the Zane Fun Pack, the Kai Cole Team Pack, the J Fun Pack, the Sensei Wu Fun Pack, the Lloyd Fun Pack, every other pack in Dimension. I mean, like, aside from the Chima packs, this is probably one of my least favorite. Like, sure, you get a cool Nia figure. I mean, like, but honestly, that's the biggest draw here, is the figure. Like a lot of Dimensions Fun Packs, but here it's not a unique figure, it's just a cheap way to get a normal one. The build is pretty lazy, and yeah, I mean, like, however, there is one thing I can think about this Nia figure that's the reason I got it. It's one of the Ninjago, it's one of the LEGO Dimensions sets that's at Five Below. You know, for $5. I feel as though that's a pretty good reason to get this. It doesn't matter what's in it or what it is. It's a LEGO set for $5. That's a lot of yes right there. I mean, like, again, I would not have gotten this if it wasn't at Five Below for $5. I mean, I would have gotten this, like, last, but there are some packs that I genuinely want that I didn't get, but I have this simply because it's $5. But, yeah, so overall, would I recommend this set? For $15, the original price? No. For $12, the current price of a lot of Dimension sets? No. For $10, you find it out? No. For $5? Well, if there aren't any better $5 Dimensions packs at Five Below, or whatever dollar store you go to. But anyway, yeah. That's my opinion. I'd give this like a C-. And that's being nice. So yeah, so that's this set. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.